Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Today I'm going to be listing 10 things that you should do with your baby before they turn 1. This is my daughter Willow, and her and I are filming this video together. I don't know when this video will be released, but as of right now, she is 8 months old. I film videos well in advance, so this could be coming out even past her first birthday, for all I know. But I wanted to list things that you should make sure you do with your baby before they are 1. So to start off, I would say you want to snatch their footprints or handprints, one or the other. I got this really cool clay memory frame with an ability to paint her bottoms of her feet and then put them in the clay and press them so you can get the footprints and keep them forever. I actually have that in her nursery and I love it. And I did a few for Mother's Day as well. Another idea you can do with your baby's footprints or handprints is when you are signing cards for family members, you can paint the bottoms of their foot or their feet or their hands, and you can print it onto the card as a way of their signature. Because of course they can't sign their name yet. So I thought that was really a neat idea. And lastly, you can do little arts and crafts with their feet or hands. And so that way family members can keep them as keepsakes, or you can just have fun with them and keep them forever. The second thing that I would do is make sure you get professional pictures at some point, maybe a couple months in and then a couple months later. I mean, you really are never going to get back how little they are, and they grow so quickly. You'll definitely want to document it, and pictures is a beautiful way to do that. Next thing is to put your children in swimming lessons. I put Willow in her swimming lessons right when she turned 6 months old. You don't have to do it that early, but I just think it's a great way to acclimate them to the water, see how they feel about the pool, and that way it's not so bad when you get into the pool later on and they're not afraid of the water because they've been around it. The next thing is to take them to the zoo. Although they won't be able to walk around themselves, they won't be able to really understand what's happening. It's cool for them to take a look at all the different animals and experience it because it is so new to them and really exciting to get their reactions. Another thing is document their milestones. I have a scrapbook that I have been documenting every month, her milestones, writing them down, documenting her height, weight, and what she can do, what she loves, what she hates. And I think it's something that you can reflect back on later in life, and you can show them this is how you were as a baby, and it's a really neat concept for memory's sake and also just for documentation. The next thing is to sing to your baby. Babies already love when you talk to them, hearing your voice and getting used to you. But when you sing to them, it is some, whoa. Stop blowing, and you're stuck out in the same old storm again. She got a little fussy for me, but I was saying they love hearing your voice. They love listening to you sing to them. And even if you don't sound good, you don't think you sound good, you still should do it so that they can get used to you and feel the calmingness and hear the calmness in your voice. And you can also play them music that's relaxing. I know prior to her coming around, I made a playlist on Spotify for her peaceful sleep. And then as she has been around, I have been able to make a playlist based on songs she really enjoys here on the earth side. Next thing is, before they're 1, you want to toddler-proof your house, at least to some degree. As they start to become mobile, as they start to walk around and get into things and be curious, you want to make sure things are at least put away, organized. This, knives and Sharpies, things like that are up and not accessible. Protect the corners of walls. You want to block the plug-in outlets so that they don't stick their little baby fingers in the outlets. Just little things like that to toddler-proof your home before they are 1. The next thing is a preference, but in my opinion, it's best if you want them to eventually sleep in the crib to start to move them to the crib, get them used to it, especially with it being most likely in another room than the bassinet would be like in the room with you. It is best to do it earlier on so that they can get used to it and it's not such a harsh transition for them. You stick to one routine for too long and then they are used to that routine. So you don't want to spoil your chances of being able to have them have an easy transition. The next thing is to make sure you read to your baby. I have a ton of videos here on my YouTube channel if you're curious, where I read to my baby and I just kind of get her used to books. They aren't necessarily all interested and excited in books at first, especially as little babies when they can't read and they don't understand it, but it is good for them to get used to it. As time goes on, they'll understand more and more. It's good for them to hear you speak the words that they are seeing on the paper. It's good for them to get used to the idea of this is what you'll have to do. You'll have to read. Everybody learns to read. It is a huge thing they need to know. It's a really important thing to know. So reading to your baby actually, even though you may not realize it, is crucial. And lastly, this is just something I think would be really fun, and that is to take your baby to a trip to the beach. If you're landlocked and you don't have a lake or ocean, you can take them somewhere, maybe like a pond, a creek, something where they can get used to seeing like a shoreline and they can put their feet in the water and just have fun. And that's a little different than taking them to swimming lessons in a pool versus taking them somewhere with a big body of water where they can see like, wow, this concept is awesome. You want to make sure that you're watching them at all times. Make sure that they have the proper gear like a life jacket. That way, if anything happens, they are safe. That is my quick list of 10 things that you should do with your baby before they are 1. I think that some of them are extremely crucial, others are preference, but that's my list. So what are some items for you that you think that are important to do with your baby before they're 1? Put them in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click the bell button to be alerted anytime I post. I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And as always, stay sassy. Bye everyone.